Leading dog trainer and behaviourist Doggy Dan has released a new book where he reveals how dogs may well hold the key to good parenting. He's with me now to explain. Good morning. It's lovely to see you. And Peanut.
Good morning.
Peanut
yes.
at the feet. How old's Peanut?
She's 8 years old.
OK, and you've got a couple of kids as well, so you're well set up to be talking about parenting and dog training because you've got the works.
I think so, yes.
It says on the back of the book, it says, do you want a calm, peaceful household? Would you like your children to grow up well balanced? The resounding answer to that is yes, I would, and I'd like you to tell me how. Do you answer those questions in the book?
Absolutely. I mean, the book touches on a lot of different topics. They're all very important topics, and I guess two of the topics which apply to both dog training and children. I guess the first one would be sort of along the lines of you have to be the parent first before you become the friend. Yeah,
fair call. And I mean, you've obviously had dogs a lot longer than you've had children.
That's right.
When did it become apparent, though, that you could learn from the dogs?
Well, I mean, probably from day one I was thinking, you know, there's similarities here, but really, you know, even though you tell everybody this is the same as raising children, isn't it? And a lot of people say, yeah. It's only when you actually have the children, I guess, that you start going, yes.
In what way?
Well, I mean, there's lots of different ways, but one of the ones is you have to be the pack leader or the parent first before the friend, or as well as the friend. Another really key way is with dog training, it is so easy to keep saying, it's the dog, I've got a faulty dog.
Yeah.
And I think you can do the same with parenting. And the book is very much about saying, rather than the blame game of saying, my child this, my child that, look inwards and look what you can do and what you can change, and
Yeah, fair call. The thing about you and your dog training is that you don't use force, you don't use aggression, loud voices, that sort of... I mean, how does it work?
Well, that's right. I mean, with dog training, you know, I'm a fairly big guy, and I didn't want people seeing me rough and tumbling the dogs and saying, well, that's all right, you can manhandle the dogs like that, but I can't. So I've really, you know, helped develop this method, which is really about winning the dog's mind before you train the dog's body.
And so how do you do that? And would that be the same with the children?
Well, I think it is, because when you become the pack leader with the dogs, half these problems disappear.
With the pack leader, though, with a dog, there would be only one, wouldn't there? But I'm thinking in a family, would there be, if there was a two-parent family?
I must jump in there. With dogs, there can be lots more than one.
Can there?
That's a myth.
Yeah, okay.
There are lots more than one pack leader with dogs.
But you need to be as the parent and the pack leader, you need to be the decision maker, especially obviously when they're young.
That's right. And so, as with children, you know, you can certainly have more people involved with the children, mum, dad, people who look after the dogs, nannies, all sorts of people, they're minders, and they all really ultimately should be making the big decisions and showing the children sort of, look, you can switch off and be a child because I will take care of all the big decisions.
But there comes a time, I would imagine, I don't know what age, when that starts to shift a little.
That's right.
And the children want to take ownership of that.
And that's the difference. I mean, there's huge differences. Dogs have got 4 legs, children have got 2. And one of the other more subtle differences is, yes, with children, you're slowly giving them the decision-making process. As my dad always said, at 21 years old, they make all the decisions and you can let them go.
Absolutely.
But even with Peanut now, I am still making all the decisions. I decide where she...
And she will always be happy with that.
Well, look
as long as you're feeding her and giving her love and, you know...
Very happy dog. I make all the rules, all the decisions, and that's why she's not panting, she's not stressed, she's very happy. There's all this stuff going on around her.
She's very chilled.
She can relax. Yeah,
do you need to be a dog owner in order to get the most out of this book, do you think?
No, absolutely not. It's a parenting book.
Yep.
But if you're a dog owner, you get the added benefit of everything. You kind of can apply it to both. That's...
Very cool.
Yeah.
One more quick question.
Yes.
How many dog years to human years?
It's 7 years per year, very, very roughly, because all the breeds are sort of different, but the first year counts double.
Oh,
so when your dog
14 in the first year?
Yeah, 14 pretty much, yeah.
OK, wow. Into teenagehood within 12 months.
That's why people are struggling in that first year.
Thank you, Doggy Dan. Oh, we need to get you back and talk more about this.
Would love to.
Thank you so much. Good stuff. You can find out more about Doggy Dan's book on our website. After the break, is your fertility affected by a breast cancer diagnosis? We talked to 2 survivors.